Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Isabel and this is my library. In today's video, I bring you a brand new reading vlog. I'm reading such good books for this vlog, guys. I'm excited to tell you about the 3 books that I want to try to read for this new reading vlog. They are all thriller and mystery books, and they are all for different book clubs that I am a part of. So I already started reading one of them. I'll tell you about that one fully in a minute, but first I'm going to tell you about the 3 books. So the first book I'm going to be reading in this vlog project is The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton, and I am reading this for my bestie book club. She and I picked this at the ending of 2025. She went ahead and finished it already. I have not finished it, but I will be reading it and finishing it in this reading vlog. In addition to that, I will also be reading The Wasp Trap by Mark Edwards, and this is my pick for my book club, The Haunted Library. It is our February selection. So I am excited to get to this one. I handpicked it to be one of my book club selections, and I'm thrilled. I am also going to be reading in this vlog My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney, and I'm reading this one for the booktube, which is Gabby's book club from Gabby Reads. And these are the 3 books, guys, that I am so excited to get to. I have already started and I'm loving The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. This has been on my TBR for such a long time, guys. I knew that this would be a book that I would really be into because of like the premise alone. I know that it's almost like a Groundhog Day kind of trope. These are the things I knew getting into it, right? The Groundhog Day kind of trope where you're reliving like something over and over again. I also know that Evelyn Hardcastle, I guess, dies, and the narrator then jumps from body to body to experience her death from the 7 different character vantage points. I think that's what it is. I'll tell you, that's what I know about the premise, right? I'll tell you what I actually know based on where I'm at. I'm about 60 pages in as of right now, and I'm really liking it. The writing is stunning. I'm doing a tandem read of this, so I'm reading parts physical, parts audio, depending on how my day is kind of going. The audiobook narrator is phenomenal. And basically, in the part that I am in, so I started the book, we are experiencing a character who doesn't know who he is. He has 0 memories, and he is chasing a woman through the woods, and supposedly, according to what he's able to grasp, she is shot and killed, like there in the woods, right? Then he's able to find a compass that is in his possession, and he's able to make it back to like the main part of the property of the house where there are other people, and he's starting to figure out who he is. So far, he is Sebastian Bell, and he's a doctor. That's really what he knows about him based on what people have told him. And he feels like he's suffered memory loss because of something that happened in the woods, right? Like that's all he really knows. I'm really loving this very confused POV that we are following. I know that we've started to uncover certain things. I'm still in the beginning, so, not too many spoilers, but he's already started to discover certain things about who he is that he's not happy with. And it's interesting because I clearly know that whoever this is hopping bodies, right? I know that from what I think I know of the premise. So I'm kind of like, I want to tell him, hey, that's not you anyway, so who cares? Because he's starting to feel like he's a bad person because of things that he's starting to find out about this character, Dr. Sebastian Bell. I have questions like, who was that girl in the woods, right? That girl that he was chasing and calling after her name, like, who is she? He also meets like a character that's wearing like this plague mask, and we don't really know who that is. We've already met Evelyn Hardcastle. I like her character already. So that's been interesting, but I'm living in fear because I know she's gonna get killed, or I think she's gonna get killed. So I'm anticipating that first death of hers, and I'm really enjoying it so far. This is wonderful. It is a book though that I do have to like pay attention to. So I find myself like when I'm doing the audio, I'm finding myself going slow and going back and re-listening to certain things because it's, you know, it's a little complicated. I am very thankful for this first page though, that is like the invitation, and it has the names of all the people attending, because I already started like doing little notes like this person dies, or this person is that person. So I'm kind of like annotating all over that just so that I can get my characters straight. So I'm really liking it so far. I think I'm gonna end up loving this. It's just one of those books that requires my attention. Like I feel like I have to be paying attention, taking notes, just so that I can appreciate it. It's not that I'm not going to understand it if I don't read it that thoroughly, but I know I want to appreciate it because I think this is going to be really, really good. So, yeah, I'm loving this so far, guys. I will go ahead and update you. It is a busy kind of weekend for me, so I'm hoping that I get to read. I will try my hardest to read. um I will try to come with an update. Maybe I can get like 100 pages done today and then kind of be there. So I'll give you a little bit of an update once I have read more. But yeah, so far this is great. Hi guys, so I'm here to update you a little bit on how this is going. And I've started The Wasp Trap by Mark Edwards. As you guys probably know, I'm reading this for my book club, The Haunted Library. It is my February pick. If you did not know, I do have a book club, and it's a mystery horror thriller book club. And basically, for January, I picked a horror book, which we all loved. Everyone gave it like 4 and 5 stars. We had a wonderful live show. And so for February, I decided I wanted to do something that was like thriller slash murder mystery kind of a thing. So I decided to go with a Wasp Trap, and I'm loving this, guys. I'm 134 pages in. So let me tell you a little bit about it and what I'm thinking. So basically, this has a lot of tropes that I love. So we are in this following, it's like a dual timeline. We are in 1999 and then we are in present day, right? So basically, there's this group of a couple friends. Let me see how many. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 friends basically that were hired in 1999 to create this kind of like a dating, mm, it's like a dating quiz app program. Think of, maybe like the one from John Mars. Like there's a lot of things here that are reminding me of that. Basically, all of them worked together with this man named Sebastian, who had the idea to create this dating site that would, back in 1999, revolutionize dating, right? And it was basically a quiz that you took and it matched you up with somebody else. That was the premise of it. So all of these people were selected via like an interview kind of a thing to work on that project. And that they disbanded, right? We don't really know because we're again in the dual timeline. So in the part that I'm in now, they're not disbanded. They're still working on whatever's happening. But in the present day, it's 25 years later, and Sebastian, the owner of the company, the older man, he's now dead. And so two of them, the couple, Georgina and Theo, are hosting like a thing in their house. They invited everyone to come back so they can kind of talk and reminisce and, that kind of a thing. And I love that, right? I love people receiving an invitation to come back and meet with people from their past. And that's where things, I don't want to tell you too much, but now that they're all there, something's happening. Like I'm in the middle of like things unraveling. We might have just had like a first death, and I'm here for this, guys. Like I am absolutely loving it. I want to know what the secrets are from the past. I want to know who's kind of holding them all hostage there, because they can't leave, right? Like it's a series of events that are happening, and there's a reason why they can't leave. But I am loving it. In addition to that, this whole like personality quiz thing, like you take the quiz and it matches you up with someone, right? But they keep referring to like other personality quizzes, which I thought was so funny. In my Discord for my channel, I do have a Discord, and a lot of the people on there, we are reading for the book club as well. If you haven't joined, you should join. But anyway, we were all talking about like different personality quizzes and what personality types we are. And then they keep referencing this one personality test that they all like took, or they were given. And D, who's one of the people in my Discord, he's like, I tried to take it, but it's like $80 to take it or something. So apparently like it is a real test, but you have to like pay money to take it or whatever. But basically that personality quiz thing that they were taking to match them up with like their better halves or whatever was also, and this they haven't really tapped into yet, but apparently that was also used to flesh out like psychopaths. Like the test could also yield if you were a psychopath or something. So that's where we are. I'm absolutely loving this. I haven't been feeling great. I'm feeling under the weather. I'm sure you could tell my voice. But so I've spent like all morning like out here because the AC is so cold inside, the house is just always kind of cold. So I wanted to like be outdoors and get some vitamin D and some sun. So I've been here for a couple hours, just kind of, going through my book. The weather is absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I've been enjoying that. So I'm going to continue reading a little bit. I will catch you up once I'm done with this and tell you what my thoughts are. Maybe some crazy things happen now and I have to update you before I finish, but I'll try to pop back in here and give you my thoughts on that. And yeah, I'm really liking this, guys. So if you like thrillers and murder mysteries and you want to read along, pick it up. By the time I post this, I think you'll still have some time before our live show to pick this up for the live on it. But yeah, I'll come back and update you once I have more information. So I'm back to update you a little bit on this. I'm not done yet. It's now the next day, but I'm almost done. I have like this much more to go, and I just wanted to come on here and talk to you about it because I'm really, really, really liking this. I'm trying to figure out because already quite a few of my book club members have been finishing it and they've been talking on the chat. What I do on my Discord is after I read a couple chapters, I put some discussion questions and so on and so forth. But man, a lot of my club members have been like finishing the books like super fast for January and February. So a lot of them said they loved it. Like the first few who finished it were like, wow, I loved it. I want to buy like a physical copy because they had like gotten it digitally or whatnot. Then a couple others are finishing now and they're like, it was good, it wasn't great, or 3.5 star, 4 star, you know. I'm loving it. I don't know if something's gonna change in this, like, you know, I guess like the last quarter of the book maybe, or a little bit more, maybe like the last third of the book. I don't know if something's gonna change. I don't know if it's just like this is like all the tropes and everything that I absolutely love. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm really liking it. It's still an isolated closed circle mystery, which you guys know that I love. They can't get out. You know, they're all trapped there, and they're all trying to figure out, you know, what this secret is. There's like a secret that they have to figure out, and it's great. It's giving us like the mystery component. It's very thrillery because the chapters end on like these cliffhangers, and I don't really know where it's gonna go. Like I have some theories, but I'm not really sure. And I don't know, like it feels like a 4.5 5 star right now. Like that's how much I'm really liking it. I like how compulsive it is. Like I would have finished this had it not been like a busy couple days for me. I know I would have finished this already. So I'm really, really liking it. I don't know if I'm in the minority. I don't know if something's gonna change, but I'm really hoping it stays as a 4.5 5 star read for me, because then it's gonna be 2 books that are 5 star reads for me for my book club. So I just wanted to pop on here. I really can't tell you a lot about the plot now because we're getting into the thick of it and I don't want to, you know, like spoil or ruin anything for you. But let me know, you know, if you guys have read this, like how you felt about it, because I don't see how the book can become a 3 star for me. Like I don't think, let me not jinx things, you know, but I don't think it can, you know, become a 3 star for me because I'm really, really enjoying it. And it's got some really good conversations about psychopathy and stuff like that, which now I want to research a lot about this. It's funny because this morning I told my husband, I'm like, I'm always afraid of Googling random things, right? And I was like, he looks at me and he's like, babe, you can research, you know, psychopathy. Like, you're going to be fine. Like, nothing's going to happen. And I'm like, okay, because I want to, like, dive down this, like, rabbit hole of this, you know? So I have a couple hours to myself now. My husband's doing some work stuff. And we're going to cook outside again tonight. We've been cooking outside every night because the weather has been lovely. Right now, it's like, you know, it's hot. Like, I don't feel hot because my, you know, pergola and stuff, like, it doesn't make it hot here, but it's, you know, it's warm. But I'm just enjoying, like, being out here for a little bit. I know it's going to be cold next weekend, I think. There's some cold coming. So I think we'll be able to enjoy it a little bit more. But every night that we cook out here and we've been eating out here, I tell my husband, oh my gosh, I'm making the most of it. Because I don't want the days where we can't eat outside to come, you know? Like, I want to continue enjoying the outside. But, you know, if you don't know, I live in Miami, so it gets pretty hot. But yeah, so I'm going to keep reading for the next hour. I hope to finish. I will go ahead and come back on here once I have finished, or if I have the need to tell you more stuff, I'll come back on. So it's a few hours later, maybe like an hour and a half later. And I finally finished the Wasp Trap. This really toward like that last third of the book cranks it up with the reveals and the intensity, and it's like a lot, you know. I thought it was really good. I There were a couple things that I wish would have been done differently, you know. And with these books, this is something, and let me know if this happens to you too. Like, well, with these like books that are like murder mysteries, locked room mysteries, you know, I feel like usually my favorite part of these books is that first half, right? Like the beginning. Like I'm always a bigger fan of the beginning of these books than I am of like the resolutions or the endings, right? I don't know if this happens to you, but I don't know why it happens for me like that. I think it's just things play out a little differently in my head, or you know, I'm not sure. But I thought it was very well done. I think the mystery is good. Some things were a little bit like over the top, I want to say, but I still thought it was really solid. I have to obviously think a little bit about my review, but right now I'm thinking this is gonna end up like being a 4-star read for me. I thought it was very entertaining. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I thought it was good. I think it's a 4-star. I think I'm comfortable, you know, saying that. It's not a 5-star simply again because of those things that I told you about. I think some things were too much. I think some things could have been simplified a little bit. I think it's some things were over the top, you know. But the point being is I still think it's really, really good. I'm, you know, glad it was a book club pick for me. And yeah, I really did enjoy it. I think it's good. And now I'm officially ready to start reading Alice Feeney's My Husband's Wife. I don't have it here. It's inside my house. So I'll, you know, about to go inside. I've been out here for a while, enjoying this beautiful, beautiful day. But yeah, I'll go ahead and start reading that one tonight, and I'll let you know how it goes. And then I can kind of, you know, wrap up this video and see. I'm just excited. I get to read all these different kinds of thrillers for this vlog. I'm really enjoying it, and they're all for book clubs, so I'm happy, and I've enjoyed pretty much everything so far I've read. So good stuff, guys. Once I am able to start My Husband's Wife tonight, I'll come back and update you guys a little bit. I do have some videos I need to edit and stuff like that, but we'll see. But I'll come back with more of my initial thoughts either today or tomorrow on My Husband's Wife. Hi friends, I'm back, and it's another day and another thriller for me in this vlog, and it's going so well. I am around there, so I'd say maybe like a third. I never know what these things, let's see, is it like a third? It's like a third of the way through My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney, and I'm hooked. She has this compelling kind of storytelling, and basically this is what I want to say, right? It's super windy, by the way. It's supposed to be cold tonight, but right now it's like warm. It's like in the 80s. It's like 80 something, but it's very windy, so it's really nice. Anyway, so she has this compelling way of narrating her stories that are cliffhangery, but it doesn't feel like gimmicky, if you know what I mean, because her writing is so good. Like, I really like her writing voice. So it's funny because I was showering now, and I came out to dry my hair or whatever, air dry it a little bit, and I was like, I need to tell them this, like, because this is how I feel about them. Like, there was a moment I was showering and I had the audiobook going, and we got to a part and I was like, what? And I started like laughing, right? And that's how it is for every single one of the chapters. Like, they end and you're like, what? And then it's like you just start laughing, because in my head I'm like, Alice Feeney, how are you gonna get out of this? Like, how are you getting out of this mess of a book that you've created? You know what I mean? Like, in what world can you make all these things line up and like make sense in a book? Like, I don't know. This is bananas, guys. Like, this is truly bananas. And the part that gets me excited is that I know that this book is very hyped right now. Like, I went to put in on Goodreads that I had started reading it, and I saw that it's like a 4.13 or something. So this book is doing very well for itself. So it has to pay off, right? I mean, it can't just be that it has like all these great ideas and then like it doesn't go anywhere, right? Like, this has to be carried out and executed well, and I don't know how it's gonna happen. So let me tell you a little bit of the premise, and I'm gonna tell you just a little bit. I always struggle in these vlogs with how much to tell you, you know, but because I want to gush everything out. Okay, so basically we are following this woman, Eden Fox. We're following this woman, Eden Fox, at the beginning of the book. She's out for a run, and we're in her headspace, and she's talking about how she's running, and like this is what she does to clear her head. And she's in this new house that she just bought with her husband. It's called Spyglass. And then she mentions her daughter, and you know, some things are with the daughter, that the daughter gets along better with the husband, and you know, something has happened to the daughter, we really don't know. So she's running, and she gets to a point in the neighborhood where there's like this, like an exhibit, like an exhibition area, you know, where she's going to be exhibiting her artwork that night. So she's like, oh my gosh, you know, I have to run back home because I need to get ready for my art exhibit tonight, blah blah blah. So she runs, and then she gets finally back to her house. They make it a point to tell you that she doesn't have her phone, she doesn't have her purse, she's out for a run, she does this all the time, she doesn't take any of her belongings, you know, so fine. So once she gets to the house and she goes to unlock, and her key's not working, and she's like, what is this? Like, this is so strange, you know, why is my key not working? So she knocks on the door so that her husband Harrison can let her in, and then this woman opens the door to her house, and the woman is like, yes, can I help you? And she's like, what are you talking about? Like, this is my house, like, who are you? And then they mention that the woman looks like her, but like younger than her, right? So she's like a younger version of her. That's how they describe it. And the lady's like, no, you don't live here. Like, I live here. Like, this is my house. And the woman is like, no, you don't live here. This is clearly my house. Like, you know, you need to go now. And she sticks her foot in the door, and she's like, no, like, I live here. Like, what's your name? And then the lady's like, I'm Eden Fox, I live here. And she's like, no, you're not, I'm Eden Fox. So we have this entire thing, right? Then her husband comes out, and then he's like, you need to leave. Like, who are you? Like, you need to leave. And she's like, what do you mean I need to leave? Like, you're my husband. Like, what's going on? So this is the premise, right? So we have a dual timeline, and we have a dual narrator POV so far. And I'm sure we'll get other POVs later, but for right now it's two. And then the other POV is Birdie, and it's 6 months prior. And so we meet Birdie, and Birdie is like a 40-year-old who is all tatted up, and she's had like a rough life. She's on her own. We get the feeling, well, I know what happens, but whatever. Her mom is dead, and she's on her own, and she's been sick or something. So she goes to the doctor in the hospital, and the moment we meet her, we find out that she's got tumors everywhere. And they do a CT scan or whatnot, and then the doctor tells her she has cancer, you know, like she's not going to live very long. So we meet her, right, in that whole thing. And then in that first chapter of hers, we find out that she's inherited like this house from her grandmother, her mother's mother, that she didn't even remember very well. and she's inherited the house, and the house is Spyglass, the same house that Eden Fox lives in. But remember, Birdie's story is 6 months prior. So now we're doing the dual timeline, right? I've read a little bit more. I think that's all I'm gonna tell you. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to survive doing these updates. I don't know, because I want to tell you so much. But that's where we are right now. I'm trying to piece together clearly the two stories, the two lives, whatever. We know more about the daughter now. That's the part I'm kind of in right now. And she's trying to just like figure out, Eden Fox is trying to figure out what's going on, you know? But I don't know how we're gonna get out of this mess. Like, what is the explanation? Like, this has to be like marvelous. Like her and obviously I have theories, right? Like I have a bunch of theories which I don't want to share with you, because what if I'm right? And then they're like spoilery, so I don't want to do that. But I have all these theories. Not really, I have like 2. So yeah, and those 2 don't really have a lot of, you know, I don't know, I'm not sure. I don't know, guys, but I'm really liking it, and I really like her writing style, and her books work for me. I know a lot of people have a mixed relationship with Alice Feeney. Oh my gosh, the backdoor neighbors are having fun. Those little girls are hollering. I don't know if you could hear them, but they're enjoying their weekend. So I'm not sure, but I really love her writing style. I think it's going to pay off. Like, I think it's gonna pay off. The payoff is gonna be good for this one, and yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to read a lot though today, because I have a busier afternoon. We're gonna go out and stuff, so I'll see how much I can read. But right now I don't want to let go of this book, and yeah, and then afterwards we'll just wrap up this vlog once I finish this one. But it's been very good so far with these thrillers, guys. I'm excited to see where this goes. I'll catch you up and update you once I read a little more. Hi, my friends. I'm back to tell you that I have officially finished My Husband's Wife, and this was quite the roller coaster ride. First, I'll tell you that I really enjoyed the writing style. I thought it was well written. It was capturing my interest and maintaining me entertained the entire time. There was not a single moment that I was not invested in the story or what was going on. I did feel like there were some moments where I was like, after a certain chapter would finish, I'd just be like, what the heck? Like, how is this going to make sense? Like, how is Alice Sweeney going to be able to pull this off? Like, she's not going to be able to give us an explanation for this. Like, there's no way. Like, this makes any kind of sense. And, you know, she does, but that's where I'm kind of like, what is going on here? So, I mean, it sounds like I'm not going to like it, right? So I'll tell you that I did give this 4 stars. So I liked it. I think it's a great book. It's a 4-star read. It would have been a 5-star. The whole time I thought it was going to be 5 stars because I was so engaged. I was so interested in what was happening. But, you know, the thing is that, like, I feel like the ending, in order for things to make sense, it had to be too crazy. Like, it had, you know, it was just like one plot twist after another after another. I kind of felt the same way about Riley Sager's book, The Only One Left, or The Last One Left. I think that one. The one of the heiress and the castle where they live in, or whatever, that one. I felt the same way about both of these books, that there were just too many plot twists. Like, so in order for her to be able to pull this off, she had to go to like a million dimensions to make this work. You know what I mean? And there were certain things that I was like, what? Like, and obviously I can't tell you because it's spoilery, right? But I guess if you've read this, you know what I'm talking about. Like, I was kind of like, what? How did that work again? Like, I could not wrap my head around some of her explanations for these things, and I really had to like sit there and think, and I think there were loopholes and things that never really got answered, you know. um but I think she had to do that in order to, you know, make sense of this craziness that she was, you know, taking us on this journey. Like, who are these women? Like, what do they have in common? Like, who's who? Like, what's happening? You know, it was just a lot. Like, um so normally I like my thrillers to have one or two good plot twists, but not that they're so out there, you know. Like, I want them to be a little bit more believable, guessable, you know, that kind of a thing. But it's still really, really good. Is it my favorite Alice Feeney? No, it's not my favorite Alice Feeney. I still think that probably my favorite Alice Feeney is between Daisy Darker and Beautiful Ugly. I really, really liked both of those more than My Husband's Wife. But again, those were 5 stars, and this was a 4 star. So I've loved all the Alice Feeney books I've read, except for the Good Girl, Bad Girl one. That one I gave like 2 stars. That's the one I really didn't like. But it's good. It's a very, very good read. I just feel like I needed to, like, maybe I didn't really take a lot of notes. I tapped one or two things at the beginning, but I wasn't really like taking notes. I feel like maybe if I would have been able to take notes and kind of map things out and make some connections, I think maybe I would have been able to, you know, to figure some of this stuff out. But and then I wouldn't have felt so like blindsided by the whole thing, you know. And not that I want to guess it. I don't like guessing the plot twists. I just want them to be things that make some sort of sense to me and like connect all the dots. I feel like this left a lot of like loose ends, but there were still so many things that worked out for me. I did like a lot of the characters. I feel like I love the multiple perspectives, how we started switching POVs around. I really liked that. There were some moments that were truly scary. I read this partially physically, partially audiobook, and there were some scenes like the audiobook, by the way, is very well produced. So if you're a person who likes audiobooks that have like a little something, this one is great, guys. Like at the beginning, like the Eden Fox is going out for like a run, and like you hear her breathing and the stepping on the ground, and like the audiobook is a very immersive experience. So if you're thinking of reading it, I recommend the audiobook along. You know, if you like reading physically too, that's fine. Just kind of read it along with the audiobook because it's a very cool thing. And like the scary parts, that's what I'm saying. The scary parts, like, there's something about them that makes it very scary, and it's with the narrative of it, and it was just very cool. So I overall enjoyed it. I think it was great. So far, this video has had 2 4 stars, which I'm very happy about. I'm still reading, by the way. I know I haven't like updated you on this, but this is still going. Okay, so hold on, because I have like a million pens and all my bookmarks in there. But so I was saying this is still going. I haven't updated you because I've had it on audiobook, right? I have read some parts physically, but I started it and I've been going along with the audiobook, and I've had to read other things. Like I had to read The Wasp Trap because it's my book club book, so I had to finish that. Then I had to finish reading My Husband's Wife because I wanted to finish it in time for Gabby's live. So there's just been, you know, this has just been solely on the audiobook in the background, like whenever I can make time for it. So I had to like kind of skip it a little bit because I had so many things I had to finish reading, you know. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go back to it. You know, I opened up the vlog with it. I'm still going at it. I'm gonna close the vlog with this one, but it's just been long. First of all, like if you don't know how long this is almost like 600 pages, right? So it's very lengthy and it's very complicated. Like it is so convoluted, guys. Like this book is one of those that a lot of times I find myself rewinding the audiobook because I'm like, what body are we in again? Because as I told you at the beginning, like we are basically following this guy who's trying to figure out or prevent the death of Evelyn Hardcastle, but he has to do it within a certain number of lives, and he has certain bodies that he's like, you know, jumping into. Like that's the whole premise of the book. But there's like a lot of like jumping back and forth in time, and then he'll jump to like a body that he already knows what happens in that timeline because he lived another body. So, you know, it's just a lot. I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments down below, like if you read this and if you were like a little bit overwhelmed. I'm liking it a lot. I think it's wonderful, and it's totally a book that I end up like. It's totally a book that has tropes that I love. I love time travel. I love the Groundhog Day thing. I love the repeating of like seeing things from different bodies. I think it's very cool. It's just like, I feel like it's also Stuart Turton's like style for me is very difficult. Like I have to really pay attention to his writing. Like it's great. I think he's so creative and it's wonderful, but it's a little bit overwhelming. So the book is indeed like a little much, but I'm still really enjoying it. I have no idea like what the heck is happening. Like I don't know I don't know anything about the actual mystery, and I'm not trying to solve it. I kept talking to my best friend about it because this is a book that we're reading for our book club, my best friend Angela and I, and she finished it a while back. And I kept telling her like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be trying to figure things out, you know, and she kind of told me don't. Like she never reads that way anyway, but she told me no, like there's just things you can't really figure out. Just go for the ride, you know, just go along with it. And you know, I'm thinking she's telling me it all gets explained at the end and we understand. Like the point is for us to feel as confused, I think, as the, you know, narrator. So yeah, I'm going along with it. So, you know, we'll see. I'm going to spend a little bit more time out here. The weather hasn't been great today. It's been very rainy and stuff like that. So I don't know how long I'll be able to stay here, but sun's almost down. We're going to start cooking in a little bit. I think it's too rainy to cook outdoors, although we've been cooking outdoors like every day recently. But I think we'll probably end up cooking indoors, and hopefully I can get a little bit further in. I'm currently 68% of this, you know, 68% into this book. So we'll see when I'm able to finish. I do want to see if I can wrap up this vlog probably like today. I don't think I'm going to wrap it up today. 68% I'm not. So I think it's gonna be like maybe tomorrow that I wrap it up. But once I have more that I have read, if I'm able to update you again, I will. If not, I will come back to tell you how this book went and to close out this vlog. And I do need to finish it soon because I'm about to start another vlog that I can't really tell you about. It's like a secret, but I'm getting ready to start that one, so I need to finish this one. But yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit. And I'm coming here now to wrap up this vlog, guys. So I finally I finally finished the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. This book, it's so creative, it's so unique, it's smart, it's well written, it's interesting, but it's a lot and it's confusing. And it has so many names and so many people. And thankfully, you know, thankfully Stuart Turton hooked us up with a little map, you know, which is like, well, we have a map of the actual place, and then we have like character map in the form of like an introduction. And if you see there's like all my little crazy notes. But I feel that this book is better when you don't do an audiobook listen of it. So a lot of parts I did do tandem. I read the audiobook while I was reading. I also did some parts that I just read because I couldn't really do an audiobook in the certain places I was at or whatnot. So I did do it in different ways. I enjoyed this book in different ways. And I feel like I was confused when I was doing the audiobook. The portions of the audiobook alone were really difficult for me to grasp who was talking, what was happening, because there's also this thing, right? Like that the main character, as you guys know, swaps into the bodies of all these other characters. But then he has like internal thoughts, right? Because think about it, you're in the body of a person and you're occupying their headspace, their thoughts, but you're still you, right? So I thought that was very cool the way that they did that. Like how the main character has his own thoughts when he's in the body of another person, but that person's personality and their intrusive thoughts, like they're still there. So it's almost like two like people inhabiting the one body. So that being said, there's parts where he's thinking or doing things, and then like the book shows you his intrusive thought of himself in italic, right? And it's kind of hard to know what's happening when it's audiobook. So I really enjoyed the narration of this. I thought it was very well narrated. So I enjoyed all of that. My thing was it's very confusing when you're just consuming it as an audiobook. So my recommendation to everyone is that if you're going to do this audiobook, try to pair it up with reading, you know, because, or maybe don't go as fast. I feel maybe I was going too fast, but at times it was a little bit confusing. But other than that, this is a 4-star read for me. I feel this could have been a 5-star read. I feel like in another moment, had I read it differently, had I read it just physically, had I taken my time with it, and not that I didn't take my time with it because this took me a really long time, but had I just dedicated solely time to reading this instead of trying to multitask my reading, like, you know, like I do so many times, I think I would have enjoyed this more, and it possibly could have been a 5-star read for me. So I think maybe someday I'd like to reread it again because that's how like interesting I found the story. I just feel it's a book that requires some patience and working through, and more active like character mapping and stuff like that. But very enjoyable book. I really enjoyed it. I thought the concept was wonderful. So let's do a little bit of recap, guys. This is the 4-star vlog because look at this, 4 stars. All of them were 4 stars. So I read The Wasp Trap by Mark Edwards and gave this 4 stars. I really enjoyed this. I'm so happy I picked this for book club, for my own book club. I enjoyed it. I definitely recommend this. Then we have My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney, another very enjoyable thriller. I also gave this one 4 stars. A bit confusing because there's a lot of plot twists that have your head spinning, but very good book as well. And of course, my last read of this vlog, which was The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. So I think this was a super fun vlog. They were all thrillers. They were all for different book clubs that I am a part of. And I really enjoyed my time, guys, reading those. I thought it was a lot of fun. I definitely recommend all 3 of these reads. And so, yeah, I have already started working on a couple other vlogs. I can't wait to show you what those are. Hopefully I can get this video up within the next day or two. I did want to tell you some things, but I'm going to hold off because I don't know how quickly I'm going to be able to do all the editing of this video. But thank you guys so much for watching this vlog and for accompanying me during this week and having some fun along the way with me. I really enjoyed it. I look forward to bringing you more vlogs in the future. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on any of my content. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to talking to you in my next video. Bye!